It's Fire 716.
Let's go.
It's Big Frank in the morning. Jay Cherie keeping it going. We got them hot topics, local news, and BGC flowing. We got Big Kev on the air. Dark Knight flying in here. It's Fire 716 and we rocking it here. Hey.
Fire 716, your boy Big Frank, like Big Frank in the morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this may find you in the world, in the universe, in the chaos, in the confusion, in the peace, on the ride, on the water, in the ship, on the submarine, going under.
The Titanic? What?
Good morning, good morning. How y'all feeling this morning?
Oh, fantastic.
Good.
Fantastic voyage.
Great.
Come on, it's all in the come along and ride on the fantastic voyage. Yep. How you feeling? Y'all good?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dead Lord Man Show Voice. Go ahead. Listen, what y'all got going on in y'all world, man? What's happening?
Woo.
Selling bricks.
Did you say selling bricks?
Another day.
Oh my
another
gosh.
dollar.
So I played the game Catan. Anybody ever played Catan?
Nope. That sounds like a season.
Sound like a season.
Catan on it.
Catan on it.
That only my grandmother know about.
Oh, missing a
She
little
said,
Catan.
you just gotta use a little Susan Goya.
Yeah.
Wait.
She
She
was
said, you just gotta use a little Susan Goya.
Dang.
Swear to goodness.
Like
You know,
touched
never mind. I was about to, you know who I could picture saying that, but that's probably like a horrible thing to say.
Susan Goya?
Susan Goya.
Damn.
What is that?
Saison.
I thought so.
Yes.
That's
What?
hilarious.
Saison.
Yes.
That's
Yo.
got me
I
dying.
don't even know what we talking about.
What?
Susan Goya.
I'm dead.
No, so my last couple of days have been interesting. Very amazing counseling sessions with my therapist. Love her. Don't always like when she points out certain things.
You didn't have to say that.
But she did.
But no, she's funny, so she'll say it in a funny way, and then I'll side eye her, and then we'll both laugh. But like I really realized that being submitted to God, comes with a greater cost than like sometimes that you don't really want. And lately I have not been sleeping, and anybody who knows me knows if I'm up at the 1 or 2 o'clock hour, somebody about to get God. Because like I'm usually up. Like the last couple of times I thought it was a coincidence, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm just up. It was because I was on vacation and I was staying up late, binge watching TV shows because I know I was gonna sleep in, and I'm just like, no, I'm up at 1 or 2 in the morning, so that means I'm gonna probably be praying, which means somebody is gonna get God, because in these hours, 6 o'clock phone calls happen, 5:45 phone calls happen. Frank has been the victim of these, like
Text messages.
So God is saying, oh, really? God couldn't say this.
Text messages because
like,
you ain't pick up the phone.
Yeah, long text messages. Like, so it's just really at the points where I'm really excited about going to sleep. I'm just not sleeping now. So
yeah, I get that.
Early mornings at the radio station are hard because I'm not sleeping at all. So I've got like 2 hours of sleep last night.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
I was down here
talking to the Lord
down here at 1 o'clock in the morning, trying to do commercials and edit, and do my due diligence. I was in a meeting at a meeting. That's how crazy life is. Like I was in a meeting at a meeting.
Oh man.
One ear pod in the ear here at the meeting, present in the meeting. Yep. It's just rest is coming. That's all I can say. Rest is coming because
rest is for the dead.
No. Okay, because the Bible talks about work while it's day, for when night comes, no man can work. If you put the work in aggressively now, this aggression that I'm putting in, by the time I hit 42, what you gonna do? Okay, because I'm walking in and walking out. Check here. Bye. See you next week. I'm flying in, flying out. Okay.
No fact.
And you're like, Frank, how you get to relax now? I'm doing Lord's work because I grinded so aggressively.
Grinding.
Go ahead. Okay, all right. 6 in the morning. No, that's not the words at all. Black folk. This is what it is.
That's-
Um,
But no, I don't
But I
believe
get
that
it.
rest for the day. I believe that you can rest is necessary even while you're grinding, because if you're not resting, it messes with your functionality.
Yeah, if
so
I don't get at least, and I'm being so dead serious, if I don't get at least 5 hours of sleep, like I can't function.
yeah, I was.
My brain won't work.
Yeah, I wish I was like that because Cause to be honest with you, and I talked to God. I complained to him about this. I said they keep telling me to rest.
Mhm.
They keep telling me to take a nap and do these things. Yet, the cost to rest
Mhm.
just calls for later exhaustion. So what you tell me to rest on today, and I believe rest is important. I'm not going to dismiss that because it is. My dynamics are challenging.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I hear you saying rest today, and I'll take that rest today, just for a longer tomorrow. It'd be like, oh,
Right.
rest today.
Valid.
All right, now I'm up until 4 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock. What are you
Them-
doing? Making up
Them
for the
3
for the-
hours of sleep I
valid.
done got
But
yesterday.
I think it's a balance of delegation and being able to entrust things in people's hands, and also having the proper help. And that's
Yeah.
because me and God been talking, because I am my household owner, so I work a 9 to 5 job, but I also grind in between. And if I don't do it, who doing it?
Whole time.
And I think that's important to. That's earlier this week about setting your kingdom, setting a new tone, and being able to delegate and give it to other people to do and execute, and give them the chance to mess up and to learn.
Fact.
You know, so I get rest. I'm not sleeping my days away, and I'm never mind. Get out of that conversation. I'm gonna stay married today. I'm not going to. I'm not going to just sit around and look at these walls.
Yeah.
It's like I get it, but there's some things that can be executed right now.
Yeah.
You know, so let's do those things. So I think balance is key in all things. So that's all I'm saying. Good morning. Balance is
Good
key.
morning.
As my boy Daniel said, that the world says too much of the same thing. It's just too much of anything is bad.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not the fact. Fasting is good, but you keep on fasting,
You're gonna die.
and you're gonna. but you just go.
You're gonna fast it. You're gonna
Just drink water for the rest of your life. You just might be missing some nutrients. But I think that that balance is the key between rest and the work and required, because your body needs a level of rest, I understand, to function.
Valid.
Somebody said something, and I'm probably trying to implement it this month. He said, break your days into 6-hour days. Not in 24 hours, you break that up into 6 hours days. For this 6 hours, I'm gonna do this. All right. Whether you're gonna binge watch TV, but chill, relax. Oh, that's what I did today. Boom. But for the next 6 hours, I'm gonna rest. Okay, cool. I'm chilling, resting. But the next 6, I'm about to get into the business plan. Boom, knock this out. Matter of fact, I gotta make phone calls today. The next 6 hours, you gotta breaking it up into days, so taking advantage of your time, pretty much. I think we're sleeping too much of it away.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's like, hey, you gotta get up. I just put a poster board in my house, and these are the instructions. Get up. You sound like somebody parent on it. Get up. But you gotta get up. We gotta do prayer first.
Yeah.
Let's pray. Let's get this out work before anything jump off. Before you change your diaper, wake up, pray, get into your word, talk to yourself, self-affirmation.
Yeah.
Speak to yourself. Then
100%.
family affirmation. Then get to it. Let's go.
I think having a routine is definitely
For sure.
like, that is what it is. So
Yeah.
I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
because I feel like if I don't have, like, if I mess up my routine, it throws my whole day off, because it's like I didn't do this and then this and it just snowballs.
One
out of
thing I
control.
said on Facebook recently, I said have an open plan with God,
Yeah.
where this is the plan, God, but if you feel free to switch it, I'm not against
and
it.
God feels free to switch it with me all.
And but what I don't want to be is
Every
I don't want to be interference to God what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I may have this plan of action, but if you want to switch it, yes. But I also don't want my need to do what I want to do interfere with what you're trying to get me to.
Fact.
And that's really a mature conversation. And I mean that's just where I'm at right now on today. He got me in a place y'all don't even understand. It's going down. First 716. We'll be back. Daniel, do you talk to us?
Y'all good.
Y'all got it. This is first 716. We're getting ready to get into Big Girl Chronicles. right now. We'll come right now. We're about to run through it. So DJ, hit that thing real quick.
It's Fire 716. Watch out for the big girl.
Watch out for the big girl.
Big Girl Chronicles. Beautiful, intelligent, and graceful.
I wait for the Jay Cherie, it's on you.
What's good, everybody? You already know what time it is. It is Big Girl Chronicles. And on this lovely day, I wanted to cue the singing. I want to talk about actually this was not my quote, but it really inspired me. There's this young lady that was on America's Got Talent. Unfortunately, she passed away. Her name was Nightbird, and she said, don't wait till good things happen to you to find happiness. And her story was that she was struggling with cancer. By the time she auditioned for America's Got Talent, she had cancer in her lungs, her liver, and her kidney. And her voice was amazing. And she was like, I found that I couldn't wait until things got really good just to be happy. She's like, I had to find happiness even while things were going bad. And unfortunately, she pulled away from the show because she got sicker. She did take time for health before eventually she passed away last year. But it was very inspiring to hear this quote and to hear her story, because a lot of times we wait until things are good to be happy, and we have not learned to find happiness even when things are going terrible. Because if nothing else that this season of my life has taught me, with disappointments and consistent issues, and then school closing 3 semesters before graduation, like everything that's hit me this year, I could have chose to sadden and be miserable, but I found the joys in how things will always work out, even when the season presented itself as one of the hardest seasons of my life. And so in this edition of Big Girl Chronicles, I really want to encourage you to find the happiness even in the crazy and sad moments. We can't wait till everything is going good to be happy. Nightbird quote. We have to make sure that we are finding and actively pursuing happiness and joy, even when things seem like they're going awry. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying your experience. I'm not downplaying the things that you may be going through right now. But what I'm saying is you need to seek out and find your own joy in it, your own happiness in it, because if not, you will continue to be miserable, and you will find that your happiness is only contingent on when good things happen to you. The fact that you're alive is something to be happy about. So in this good edition of Big Girl Chronicles, follow your girl Nightbird, because she does, she gave really good advice. Don't wait till things go well to be happy. Find your happiness in it now. Because you're beautiful.
Yes.
You're intelligent.
Yes.
Great.
And I was about to say, ain't she gone?
No, if
what
you
she was
want,
saying.
But you follow what she said. But if you want to listen, her music is actually still on.
But we
it's
said
on a streaming device.
when you said follow her, I thought you were just saying like.
No, follow her
to the light.
Wow. No, follow the example. But like I said, her music is on a streaming device that is not paying for advertisement, so I will not put it out there. But she does have beautiful music. But like when she said that, it gave me a different perspective on life, because here she is. She's got cancer all over her body. She knows she's getting ready to go, and it's still like, I'm gonna take this experience. I'm audition for America's Got Talent, and she got the golden buzzer for that. Yeah. But like her voice was just amazing. It's like, I'm gonna take this moment, and she said that was one of the happiest moments of her life, that she stepped out and was like, I'm gonna just take this moment to be on America's Got Talent. And her story inspired the staff so much that they did a dedication to her when she did pass away. And it was like, I complain about so much stupid stuff, and this woman here is literally looking death in the face and was just like, I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to find my happiness, and I'm not going to let the hard stuff keep me down. And that was amazing.
So I actually want to say I understood that, but not like as far as being sick or anything. But that's why I am the way that I am now, is because for a long time I was like, okay, well, I can't wear these kind of clothes, or I can't do these activities unless I lose weight. And like, that was always how I felt, like, like I can't, I put limitations on myself because of my weight. And then I just came to a realization, like, number one, you're not going down, you're going up. Okay, so let's be for real. This is not an overnight change that is gonna happen. You're not gonna wake up and become skinny no matter how bad you want it. And you know it can get pretty dark. Like when you're plus size, you have some pretty dark things that you think about yourself because because everybody makes you feel like you should hate yourself for being fat, which is the craziest thing ever. Because back in the days, the fat people was the ones that was revered because they were the ones that were eating.
Because they had money.
You know what I'm saying? So
Still going on in Africa.
exactly.
Right.
And
Ooh, she
even
got
just
money.
the Venus statue that Saladin was talking about that's in the museum is a plus size. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not curvy hourglass plus size, like actual plus size. So for me, it was just like, okay, this is not going to change overnight. And I'm unhappy because I'm not doing the things that make me happy. I'm not dressing how I want to dress. I'm not doing you know what I'm saying? So I totally understand that. And that's kind of what made me change and be like, oh, hey, try it. See how it looks. Go for it. Because you wait too long, you're not even going to have the opportunity anymore. I can't dress how I want to dress now when I'm 50 years old and now, you know what I'm saying? Like, this just doesn't make sense.
I think that there's a
Unless you
difference.
want to.
The people that are successful, number one, be your authentic self, but also take the limits off. Like,
Valid.
you stop telling yourself what you can't do, what's impossible. And I'm guilty. I'm The truth of the matter is, you have exactly what you need right now to do something great. Whether you choose to do something great or not is going to really be up to you at the beginning of the day, middle of the day, and at the end of the day. So if you don't go after it and embrace it, whose fault is that but your own? I talked about this earlier this week. Solomon set his kingdom, and God didn't set it. God called him, God anointed him, but I set my kingdom, and God was with him. Like your transition into greater or whatever the case may be is right there, but sometimes we are holding ourselves back because we won't move or navigate into the vein that he called us in. So to the young lady, Nightbird, who flies high, you got to move it and don't wait for sickness or disease or failure or hardship to be like,
Why would you say that?
Because she gone, right? Like,
I fly away.
I really
So
was.
the Nightbird
Different song.
is in the sky.
That's
we ain't say
Nelly
all
Furtado before Timberland. Before Timberland.
I ain't trying to hold it laughing. I just knew I was
The
gonna
girl
laugh.
is lifting up the master somewhere. She's just doing her thing.
okay.
She got her ring.
You know, she not killing the mockingbird, so she different. She out here.
That movie is about racism. And
It really is, though.
Valid.
Hardcore.
Good entertainment. But I think so just check your dreams and make it happen. And I'm guilty for just take advantage of what you got. Coming up next, because clearly we're moving quickly. We get ready to get into church mess.
we gotta do the question of the day.
Question of the day. Yeah, we'll be right back on Fire 716 with the question of the day on Fire 716. Big break in the morning. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dante Miles, aka D Belly, aka your city councilman. I'm here at Fire 716 Radio, and I'm asking you to tune in on Thursdays at 11 on our show, The Vault. We're going to be having some conversations that's super relevant, but very important. And sometimes it may be a little uncomfortable, but we're going to make sure that we get our voices out. Come tune in on Thursdays at 11 a.m. and make sure you download the Fire 716 app. See you then.
Kingdom Love Outreach
This
Ministry.
is DMP Speaks coming to you. I am a board certified Christian counselor. I'm also a life coach. I am a family restoration specialist. I help build, rebuild, and grow your family. Maybe you're having some communication problems. Maybe you guys are just yelling and screaming and you guys are just not getting along. And if you want access to me for your 30-minute consultation call, follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, Facebook at DMP Speaks. And if you go to YouTube and Instagram, it's at I am DMP Speaks. Download Fire 716 and click the link.
Fire 716 Radio. Your boy Big Frank. You locked in to Big Frank in the morning. D Money back in the building. Jay Cherie is in the building. Kev on there. And Daniel the Dyke Knight, the provider, doing what they do. They provide. You know what I mean?
Son.
He's going down, son. Might get into
The question of the day.
Shun.
Wow. So the question of the day is are married people acting brand new if they can't hang out with their single friends? What is the balance?
I'll say this. If your significant other doesn't let this song, you make me feel brand new. You probably shouldn't have got one. I feel like with the newness of relationship and the newness of love and going into marriage and going to experience the next level, that I am merging into a new person. I'm taking on new responsibilities. My life is a little bit different, and you are no longer a priority. Unfortunately, my friend. Therefore, things are changing a little bit. Okay. When I do have time, I'll make time, and when we get there. I'm not. If I was chilling with you every day, all day, chilling, you knew I was acting funny when I got with her in the beginning. Okay. I was a little bit ghosty, and we advancing, and I thought there was gonna be another little chickie on the side. You know what I mean? Another experience. So we were still rocking. But no, this is my wife now. We building. She in my house now is different. We in the same house. Okay. We arguing about drawers and shoes, clothes and coats. Okay. we talking. We going through some stuff here. And
it just got personal.
And right now we are in the process of fusion. Two different people, and there's a process. And right now, my family's priority, and we different. But when I make time, and when she's going out of town, I'm gonna call you up. We'll hang out. And if you don't like that, and ain't enough for you, call Jesus. He's a fix. You know, he's a good counselor. He's a great friend. He's valid.
I think that as far as I feel like it should be, you know, you can hang out with your single friends, but at the same time, like, as much as you're hanging out with them, make sure you hang out with married couples also. Like, don't make it like, okay, well, we only hang out with single friends. Like, that would be weird. But I don't think there should be a limit. I think it should be like a. Wait, I just talked myself in a circle.
It's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's early.
That
was my word.
she said what she said. How she said it.
My spouse is
Mm-hmm.
so if you don't respect that as my friend, then you're not really my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And my friends have been forever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't respect that as that's not the same, but respect my friends as much as, you know what I'm saying, as far as that goes, but like, as far as the whole cutoff situation, like, your best friend has your best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are putting your feelings before your friend's relationship, then you're not really being the example.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I would say, well, for me, my husband will be my best friend. That's just me. But I also understand that, like, the first year, and this is just talking to like married friends that I've had, the first year or the first 2 years, I really like the transitional period, getting to know each other, combining lives, really seeing each other, because you are with each other all day, every day. You're seeing each other's habits. You're trying to mesh this life. And if you're a single friend and you're not allowing that grace, I kind of feel like you're being a little bit selfish. Because the last thing I want to do is try to have to fight with my relationship with you, where I'm trying to integrate my new life with my spouse. I feel like, yes, make time for your friends too. But at the same time, these first couple of years of marriage, we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to work it out. We're trying to understand, do I want this person to be present all the time? Like, do I need to be under them all day, every day? Or can we just, like,
you want to be productive.
Like, you're really trying to figure that system out. And I feel like as a single person, understanding that concept, when you're used to having that person, the access to that person all the time, the transition may not be easy for you as a single person, but at the same time, you have to respect that.
Yeah.
And, like, because I had a person in my life that we talked all the time, but once they got married, I understood like, hey, you know, we may not be able to talk every day, we may not be able to talk every week, but we gonna catch up. You know, when we can catch up and stuff like that. But I'm also the type of person, once I first get married, don't come visit me from out of town and think you staying at my house. I'm gonna need you to make arrangements to be someplace else. No, because as a single friend, think about it. Your friend coming to town, you like, oh, you can stay with me. Once that marriage to Airbnb, hotel, figure it out.
I wasn't that friend in the first place. You can go ahead and stay down the street somewhere. Number two, if you really want to be a friend of mine and you want to like have work for me, come on to the job. Come on and be an asset. And
this is the most I've seen
when I clock in.
In my life.
Like, when I clock in, because and life is just evolving.
Yeah.
And so some fallouts ain't just because I got somebody new or whatever. Life is changing for me.
Right. And
as I go into, you know, it's fatherhood, it's business, it's my family is his own family. We create our own culture now.
Yeah.
And especially when it's different culture than the foundation. What her family do for foundation and what my family do for foundation ain't the culture that we want for our kids.
Facts.
So we emerging, we just trying to figure stuff out. And it might be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 40. If you don't show up, I'll see you when I see you. And I'll love you, and I'll love you how I love you. So I think it's a different game. What you think?
Well.
Okay.
Well, I'm definitely a believer in you should not that I guess to a degree is a little bit acting funny depending on the situation of your friendship and or how your spouse is. Real spit. If you was my friend, we probably wasn't seeing each other a whole lot because you was probably at work and I was probably at work. Because if we both working, we ain't eating each other's face all the time. So that's one. But at the same time, like I wouldn't give up my single friends just because I got married for the simple fact that I don't want to hang out with my wife all day. Now, as a married man and or a woman, I don't think that it is good, and you should not go with your single friends as they go and do single things. Mm-hmm. So like I would never go to the club with my homies. You know, I'm not a strip club person, but if I was, I would never go to the strip club with my homies. You know what I mean? Because those are things that single dudes do with other single dudes because you go in there with an agenda. You know what I mean? It's one thing to go to a bar. It's one thing to go and watch a game. It's one thing to walk around the mall. You know, it's one thing to go and see a movie. You know what I mean? Because it's just, you know, this is one thing to go and get some food because that's just what we do. But like, I would never go and do anything that my single friends would do with other single people. Yeah. And I will hope that my wife wouldn't go and do stuff with her single friends as that single people do. But you know, as y'all also said, you know what I mean, when you get married, you know, your time kind of get swallowed up in this vortex called family. And you find yourself in a place of responsibility. Even if you don't necessarily want to or really have to all the time, you find yourself always acquiescing. And it's just like, well, okay, I'll do it. You might not want to, but I'm doing it. You know what I mean? You watching nieces and nephews, and you may not want to, and you may not necessarily have an obligation to, but because you, like I said, you wrapped up in this vortex family, you just like, oh, well, they family, so now I'm doing this, and now I'm doing that, now I'm doing this. So like you said, like D Money Max said, you know, it's a balance. You know, I think it's definitely as
a single person, my transition has been different. Where we used to be at Denny's 2-3 times a week.
Man, listen,
just hanging out, like,
and you know,
like getting.
And what's crazy? Could still possibly do it right now.
No, but all of our lives have like significantly changed from that season where we were at Denny's 2-3 times a week. Like
we had a different kind of freedom.
We had a different kind of freedom. Like
I was out here, I was just
had a different kind of freedom back then.
Wow.
Had a different kind of
Wow.
freedom back then, and then
That's what happens when
Yo,
Yeah,
No,
you know,
no, that's not good.
had a different kind of freedom,
I
and
was
then like
single,
the responsibility,
mingling,
the
living.
responsibility of living was different.
Absolutely.
It didn't cost as much to live how how we were living at the time. Could we probably go back to going to Denny's all the time if that was something we really, really wanted to push? It probably could, because going to Denny's ain't a lot of money, you know. But it is time consuming, and the thing is that now, you know, Frank and Jess doing 18 million different ministerial things. You know what I mean?
Legit.
I don't work
18
as
million.
much as I was working.
You
but-
was working like
Oh man, I was working like
Hebrew
a slave.
Jamaican.
You know what I mean? I ain't working as much as I was working. You know what I mean? But you know, I still kind of work a lot, and I have to be there. Like for, I gotta be there. We all got different. We got more responsibility than we had at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
and that is just. I think that's really what it comes down to.
Say,
If your friends are still living in that same vein of not having as much responsibility as y'all was at the time, I would personally tell you to maybe you need to think about your friends and how your friendship is, because if you getting busy and they not getting busy, I think it's a problem unless they was already doing really good before. You know what I mean? Like if you was already making the money you was gonna make and you was doing whatever, you was already in your field. All right, cool. And you know, time just keeping it pushing for you. That's fine.
or time is progressing
Well,
and you're not.
Right.
That's different.
So
I feel like, you know, I kind of understand what you're saying. However, there is differences though, because my responsibilities are not the same as your. You know what I'm saying?
but that's
Like,
what I'm
because-
saying. We all have leveled from the responsibility I had when I was 16, 17.
Right.
My responsibility now is more. Even when I became 20 something, my responsibility was more. Like when we used to hang out all the time, I was in school. You know, that was my job, was school. You know, once I got a real job, we started seeing each other less because I was at work, Jess was at work, Frank was at work,
Sharita was at work.
Sharita was at work.
Marquise was not
Marquise
at work.
was not at work. AJ was at work. You know, we was at work. So then whenever we had church, which we was at church 2 or 3 times a week, we would get together after church and go and do stuff. You know, we can't. And now where we are now, that's even harder now. It's not that we can't do it, but y'all got two church services.
Circle.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all
our
got
circle
two
is
church
ever
services
evolving.
now. You know what I mean? Sharita doing her thing. You know, in the South,
Going
Marquise
on,
is doing
it's
his
three.
thing.
It's three.
Whoever
Right.
Marquise is doing
It's
it.
5 of y'all.
You know what I mean?
It's
I guess what I
And-
mean
It's
though
fine,
is
sir.
like,
And now if we go and eat, you know, we gotta bring everybody. So it's like,
I'm just saying, like, as far as reevaluating friendships because of responsibility differences, what I was referring to was your friends having kids versus not having kids.
oh no, I wasn't talking
That's-
about kids though.
Well, that's what I was thinking of as far as responsibility, because
nah.
I'm like, you know, I don't have children, so I have other responsibilities that are very important, maybe not to that extent of intensity, but you know, it's
Your
like,
responsibilities
but I
intense.
feel like it's you know, it's still one of those things that it changes things, right? So that's kind of where I was going with that, was like, you know, it just changes things, even as far as like how friendships go. I love my friends that have kids to death. Love the kids. The babies are adorable. Can't wait to see what they look like when they grow up. And I be getting super emotional for some of my friends' kids because I'm like, oh my gosh, like, he was just a baby. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, once that phone call ends, I ain't got no children. So like, you know, I don't have the stress and responsibility that they have.
True.
You know, and so it's just a different thing. And not saying, like how I was saying before, like as far as even dating goes, for me, I just personally wouldn't date somebody that has kids because that's not a responsibility I want to have. But at the same time, even as a friend, you know, you still have to evaluate that. And I feel like even if you're a married couple, you know, if you're married but you're married and you don't have kids, you and your partner don't have kids, but then your other married couple does. Like that's a whole different level of
Right, that's a
friendship.
different thing.
Like yeah, so it's just I feel like there's just so many different factors going to it where I wouldn't just cut everybody off.
Oh no,
You know what I mean?
never.
Yeah, and not necessarily think is it cut off like, oh, I'm like brand new, I can't talk to you. It is just the priorities are just
It's a
different.
fallback.
And it's a fallback. I did the people I call sisters who are my best friends since '88, who I used to rock with, be there all the time. I was community dad. I was out here.
I remember that.
Community dad to all these
To all the kids.
Hey, community dad.
Oh,
But I was,
shit.
but now I have my real kids. I'm deadbeat community. I am not doing well. I'm not as present. I am not as there, and that's just the dynamic of things changing. Listen, y'all, we're ready to get into
Church mess.
church mess. Just what we got for church mess.
Yeah.
We got
It's the false prompts for me. So for church mess, we have a couple of different ones. We got one, Kenneth Copeland. If people don't know who he is, real intense white guy in the church world. He looked like that's where the devil resides. Where the devil resides, where the devil resides. But like a lady called him out, and you kind of saw him like jump up on this lady. So here's the
Not jump on her.
To fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not.
He white people flipped out.
But principalities and powers.
Can you explain what you meant by that term then? Just explain, because it's really simple. You said you didn't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. What did you mean?
Well, let me ask you.
Do you think that people that fly commercial are demons?
Give me a chance to talk, sweetheart. I'll explain this to you. But it's a biblical thing. It's a spiritual thing. It doesn't have anything to do with people.
You said that you don't like
So he made a statement that says that he can only ride in first class because in the commercial there's demons in the commercial.
No, I think he was having a private plane. I think it was a private plane, wasn't it?
I thought it was.
I because commercial would still be that. And first class is still commercial,
right? Because you
get commercial planes like JetBlue, Southwest.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So he's saying he don't want to be a tube with the demons.
Yeah.
Translated,
niggas.
I don't want to be in the tube dealing with the people, and I got some thoughts about that.
But no, like
it's June, so everything is black people to me right now.
his lack of really having a relationship with God is coming out a lot more. And he's been a little bit more violent with his language lately, because people have been like really calling him out on his behaviors, what he's been saying about money. Like it's just like people have just like when I saw his face, I was like, the demons is flaring up. But like at the same time, I just think with him, his time has come where people are just checking him now. And it's like, you are not this master man of God that everybody.
Well, if he ain't flying commercial, he mastering something. I'm about to play with these people.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, when you master mega churches with rich white people, you gonna get your own plane. Let's just be honest. That's why Creflo was mad when his church didn't buy him a plane because he was a mega church over black people. But no, like with Kenneth Copeland, it has been an issue with him. Like it's been becoming more and more exposing who he really is recently, and so that's why he's kind of disappeared right now. But like people were just out here exposing him.
To me, it just sounds like he is the demon.
Yes.
And he doesn't want to ride the plane.
I get it.
With the souls on there. Because I'm just thinking to myself, like
he was talking about
if you think
Negroes,
right? Demons, they wander, like, and they've been here for however long they've been here. So if a demon is riding commercial still, I'm questioning this demon's financial tactics. I'm just saying, because like
you got some money, demon.
Because like you've been here for a long time and you don't have no money.
Still ain't got no money, demon.
Yeah, first class or whatever.
Come on, demon, get your money.
But I just think
they can say that about believers too.
Yeah, but you know, so I'm gonna go ahead and be this person. I don't if I'm truly spiritually tapped in, Truly. And I'm tapped into the vein, into the spirits, and I'm identifying them. It can be exhausting. Riding this flight with all these people, and I'm tapped in, and I'm here, like, and this is authentic. I'm not talking about just because I got money. Authentically, turning just
it's a lot happening
to walk in the mall and got to lay. Okay,
yeah.
I'm not trying to be exhausted. That's why some of the stuff that we do with in church is extra for sure.
Yeah,
but some of it makes sense. Like sometimes, like if I'm really tapped in, like I can pick up your sickness, I can pick up your what you throwing at me, I can pick this up. If you know how to deal with it, maybe you don't. I don't have the financial means not to fly commercial, so therefore I'll be there. Yeah, and getting where I got to go. God got me. I also think that I think he's out of pocket, and out of order, because and I also think that reporters do what reporters do. We make dialogue to be controversial. But Kenneth Copeland is exhausting as a unit. But we knock mega churches, but that's the call. That's the assignment. And if you have the effectiveness to be able to influence that amount of people to come and do that, and to on the basis of paying tithes and offering, hallelujah. Right. And if you also understand business and those concepts as well, and you implement that, you can knock me all day for my success. But if I'm legit doing the Lord's work and I'm doing it integral, I'm not perfect. Right. I'm not without flaw, because I believe that my church is going to be a big church. Whether it's going to be here in the city or not, I think it's going to be a massive church. I think it's going to take a pull from a lot of other churches. Unfortunately, you got to be blessed. And it's not that I'm trying to just be mega. No, matter of fact, I did this work.
Right.
T.D. Jakes didn't walk into a mega church. He was in a hut.
He was traveling
in the country.
He was traveling churches,
and over time evolving and growing and influence. He said, "By God, let me be effective." And the effective in those things, like everybody's not. Let me get me a mega church scam or scheme.
Right.
I also think that there are integrity issues in churches. I believe all that. I don't knock it. But some work, you're not about to knock me for doing, I don't know for Copeland, for doing God's work and it's being effective.
Right.
And I get I got multiple streams of income. But there was but you wasn't saying that the days when I was broke. Right. And struggling with holes in my shoes. I'm just talking reckless all over the board. But there's always variety, and there's a litany of different situations.
Because let's just be honest, a lot of leaders, I'm not saying all of them, a lot of leaders are bivocational. So they lead, whatever, but they got real jobs. With like I said, with Kenneth Copeland is a whole nother set of issues, just because him and Peter Popoff. They like friends. they do him, Peter Popoff, and Juanita Bynum selling prayer cloths. Like it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But like like I said, for this particular situation, it was messy because she was like, "Are you calling people who write commercial demons?" Because it is what it is. The other church mess I had was, I can't play it, but this guy was in a praise break. Clearly, it wasn't in spirit because he fell backwards and landed on a bunch of people. And no usher in sight, by the way. Not one usher in sight. But it was just like backwards, boom.
Listen,
fell on a bunch of church mothers.
Remember that time I felt like convocation? Took people out?
Huh?
Remember that time I was stepping and I almost took the whole.
You almost took out the whole elder garment table. But you caught yourself. Absolutely. This dude did not. He landed on some church mothers and some real mothers. Like
that's so bad. I was told what would you say? He was like if your shouting is disrupting other people, it ain't the Lord. It was like if it's God have you swiveling through people.
Unless you're the pew destroyer. That's just. But no, like it was a funny video because he was just like legit. Like I saw him getting ready to fall. I was like, oh, he about to fall, and I was like, ain't no usher in sight. What were you doing? But like he literally fell on the, like you just saw the church mother like and I'm like, you done broke her hip.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I've seen in recent months, I've seen someone start here in their seat and then just explode.
Backstroke.
and just took out 2-3 rows with him. I'm just like, yo,
You're a wild.
how?
I almost said something.
You're bugging.
I don't want to say this anymore.
Use wisdom. Use
said that
wisdom.
already.
Right.
Use wisdom.
Nah, you was bold enough to think you was saying it.
No. Use
We should
wisdom.
have a BBW section.
Oh, like a,
Just
like a,
more spaced out.
More spaced out.
More wild.
that's not offensive.
That's
So
smart.
that when y'all go to buck, y'all got room because some of the people that's bucking.
Destroyed.
I ain't gonna hold
Making
you. I'm
work
sitting,
for the
I'm
people.
there. I'm be saying because I need the leg room.
That's
I'm like,
discrimination because there are some big people who with a really cute shout.
you
That
know,
don't.
that got a nice little
I will tell you, if I
little
was
step.
somewhere
If
and
it's
there
a-
was a section specifically for big people, would I be offended? No.
I would sit
Because
there.
Let me tell you,
I would
I
sit
got space now.
Valid,
I would sit
I
there.
have to be.
I would sit
And
there.
then trying to get by people.
Facts.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not-
Smacking folks along
With your butt. I would sit there every day.
the shoulder.
That'd be my goal. My goal is to get there. I'll come to church
Just
early.
like butt rubs. Just,
I'll be coming to church early to sit in those joints.
Have
But
you
to
ever-
know.
Have you ever gotten on a plane?
oh
Yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Think
It's
about
uncomfortable.
I feel bad. I sit on a plane looking at who's coming next to me. I said, Lord. I want to tell the story, but I can't tell it. I'm gonna tell
Yes,
it, but I'm not
you
gonna tell it. So I was at a set location, going to a set place at a set time. Right? And
set things.
and I was en route to a set place, and I was just looking at where this person gonna sit. And I'm out, and I'm bigger than, and that person was coming, and they was big too.
This was
I
a church
said,
trip.
Out of all the places and the options on this, you gonna sit right here.
that is really a real thing though.
The-
Just like, I can't tell you no more. This is gonna be a tight. So I was just like, it was really, it was a tight ride.
I am a window. I am
I
a window seat flyer. If I can get a window seat, I'm a.
You see that we
Listen.
both big as hell, and you gonna come sit
I'm
right next
one
to
of
me? No.
As a
That-
bigger
that would
person,
make me
I
mad.
apologize coming in. I'm so sorry. It's us today. Oh, no problem, guys. Get on here.
If it's nowhere else.
See, I ask questions. If I see a super tiny person and there's no seats next to them, and I see the people next to me, and we all got hips and we big. Excuse me, Miss Flight Attendant, can I just?
Can we
Thank you.
switch? Can we
I will
switch the
go
plane
and this middle seat gonna be
They
open.
overpopulated planes now. They be like, that's
Yeah.
dumb to me, but they be like, oh, attention, stand by for the 4 people. Listen, no, I want my flight. I'm not giving it up.
So yeah,
It's crazy. But yeah.
that's
used to hurt my nerves.
And not just the bus. And I don't.
I gotta
it's
drive.
Always a bus blower upper.
Oh, you got a fart?
I'm not guilty, but I leave air biscuits on the bus.
I'm just going
So
ignore it all.
I'm not guilty,
when
but
I've been there.
Yeah.
I am leaving alone
I'm going to Waffle House.
because that's just disrespect.
Yeah.
But while I'm in there draining,
Guy named James. I'll call his name out. And you know, the youth was in the back of the bus anyway. If you don't take that to the stop and clench them cheeks until you get to where you got to go, let out air pockets of biscuits until you can make it to your destination. You went and it got to sit there, and we got to come back on the same bus. It's just sitting down there in the blue stuff. It's crazy. Like, are you really decided to drop a load? And this is the dumb part. We just left the you
you could have used the bathroom inside, brother.
that coffee didn't kick in until you got on the bus.
Oh my goodness. James, I appreciate you, King, but my God, you got the Don't be that person. And I be looking at, don't do it. Don't be that. You need the bathroom police. Don't you do that. If it don't tinkle and winkle, got to go. No, where we at? We're gonna get
Hot topic.
Hot topic.
Cardinals released the Hopkins. Release Arizona. Arizona releases 5-time All-Pro wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins after failing to trade him. So he is no longer on any team right now.
He's been free from the auction block of slavery.
Yeah.
So you know
Everybody
they're
says should come to the Bills. The Bills like, come on, y'all should get him.
they're hoping that he gets a contract somewhere, and this is gonna frustrate the people. Congratulations to Angela Bassett for receiving an honorary doctorate at Chapman University.
Why would that upset the people?
Miss, because y'all be mad about these honorary doctorates.
But
Miss
Angela
Bassett, she
but
contributed.
Angela Bassett done did. She ain't asked you to.
She didn't ask you to.
She didn't ask you to.
I don't understand.
Be called doctor.
I don't
put the proper work in.
Dr. Bill Cosby.
Honorary. I don't understand honorary
I'm
degrees
gonna call him
for
doctor
celebrities
because he was a doctor on the show.
It's not.
Hold
Well,
on, wait, hear me out. The only reason why I say that is because think about the people that was right there, right? Like maybe they only need one semester or whatever. They didn't pay all this money to go to this college, and they don't get no honorary nothing. They get honorary debt. You know what I'm saying? But
Not
honorary debt.
Dang, you
go
talking to
and,
somebody.
Like, now get this honorary degree, and it's like, but what about what about this person who literally sacrificed? Like I'm about to go off, but just you know what I'm saying? Like they went and had to go through stuff just to try to stay in college, just to only not be able to afford to even continue that last little lap.
And here comes Sally Ann.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, I think
for what?
like I'm not against honorary doctors. I just feel like, you know, a lot of these celebrities are not asking for honorary doctorates. Like Taraji P. Henson, she went to Spelman. No, not Spelman.
I don't know, whatever you say, I'm gonna say
Yeah, she went to an HBCU. Because she graduated from there, she contributed back to the school. She was like, you know, I'm gonna give this kind of money because I wouldn't be Taraji if I hadn't went to this school. Because of that, they were like, we're gonna give you an honorary doctor. So I don't think a lot of these celebrities are actively pursuing honorary doctorates. It's kind of like the school is using the honorary doctorates to bring in more students. Because it's like, oh, you know,
ECC need to give me an honorary doctorate.
ECC is a 2-year.
Give me honorary associate.
So, like, if you think about it, Angela Bassett and all of who she is, because she got an honorary doctorate from Chapman, how many more students are going to want to go to Chapman? Because they're going to be like, yo, I went to the same school that Angela Bassett got her honorary doctorate. So they're using it really as a way to bring in enrollment.
But see, this is my problem with it. Because then think about this, right? If that's the case, then I'm gonna take all the money I get from the school and I'm gonna just pay the school and then get an honorary doctorate. Like that's how it sounds. Like, oh, Taraji, she invested money back into them, and then they gave her. It's like, okay, well then I'm just gonna invest back in and get it. Why would I spend I don't even know, doctors go to school for like 12 years. Why would I do that?
But like I said, that's why I said I don't think unless some other people are just selfish like that. I don't think that's their mind frame. Like Chadwick Boseman, he set it up a whole scholarship fund at the school he graduated from. He was like, this is my way of giving back. I want to set up a scholarship fund for students who can't afford to go to school. Right. So we have this, and because of that, like it was just like, we gave Chadwick an honorary doctorate because he
gone.
Huh? Even now that Chadwick Boseman is gone, his wife continued the legacy of the scholarship fund in his name, because that's what he really wanted. But I think a lot of
you 2 for 2 for cancers and flyaways. I just want you to know, you 2 for 2
for what?
Cancers and flyaways. I want you to use these stories. You gotta give you some better examples.
No,
you're fine.
You are aggravated. But like I said, I don't think people are active. A lot of the people, especially with HBCUs, are just giving back because they know a lot of students can't afford it.
HBCUs is struggling to survive.
Yeah. So it's really like, I'm gonna just contribute, and then anyway.
Give me a hot topic. Give me a hot topic.
Another hot topic is Philip Schofield from the TV show This Morning. He admitted to having an affair with one of his co-hosts, And he said, I'm making this statement via the Daily Mail, to whom I already apologized personally for misleading through my lawyer. And I also misled about the story. So he was with a person on the show that was of legal age. And I'm saying this in quotes.
What state are they in?
They are in a place that I do not have the location right now. But he said that he was having a consensual relationship, and he understands that the relationship was unwise, but it was not illegal, and now it's over. So
yeah, because depending on the state, the age could be as low as 14, I believe. Is it 14? Yeah. No, there's a state. I think it's either Idaho or Oklahoma.
Oh, you talking one of them one of them
the age of consent is literally as low as
horse meat and buggy states.
Like Iowa.
It's like 14. So it's like, oh, this
Arkansas.
is legal, but like
because they marry at
Kansas.
yeah.
Last hot topic I have Lupita Nyong'o. I pronounced her last name wrong every single time. So they interviewed her because they were asking about her relationship with Janelle Monáe. Because they have seen her together, they've seen them hugging. She did not directly answer it. Basically saying, because they were like asking her, are you with Janelle Monáe? And she basically was like, she's very magnetic. She's easy to draw to. I find comfort with her. She's a cool person. So pretty much, it looks like they together. But she didn't directly say, she didn't directly say yes. We are together. And then when they tried to interview Janelle Monáe, she was like, I'm non-binary, so I don't just see myself as a woman. I feel myself as an energy. So
she's so Prince.
She's so
confirming what she said about
magnetic and just. I'm the positive to your negative.
So they could pretty much be dating.
I just feel like,
but who cares?
I'm the battery to you. Never mind.
That's how we feel it sometimes. I'm like, dang, is there anybody that's straight?
The Lord. the Lord. Same yesterday as today and forevermore.
Yeah. So that's what I have for hot topics.
Everybody just playing patty cake with the baker's man and
not
the woman.
No, for real. Like y'all ever think about like all the Hollywood people, like there's always like it seems like there's always
them old couples is the only ones that doing all right.
But then it comes out after one died that he was doing it.
Not Denzel. No, Denzel.
Talking about Denzel.
What's the name? Is still making babies at 79, so I guess he's still straight shooting. Not DiCaprio.
De Niro. He got a baby.
Al Pacino just had a baby also. Yes. Al Pacino just
they was at the same. They
had to go somewhere.
That was an accident.
Right.
They thought they were shooting blanks, and it was like, no.
Locked and loaded.
Got it.
Now, listen, it's going down, y'all. 5716, your boy Big Frank. Listen, somebody give us a general word of inspiration for the people before we get out of here. Everybody say something.
Man, it's June, man. Stay black.
Valid all day. Let the sun hit you where it don't split you. It's going down. 5716. Tune in Friday. It's going down. 5716. Peace.